All right. That's too far away. It's too up close. All right, we're live.
Yeah,
We are live.
Mhm.
Hello, everyone. We could kind of wait and see if people start coming in, then we can start talking about. We got
Start.
one viewer. Hello, you guys. Welcome. You are live with Hard Truths. We are just getting everything set up here. I can't see both of us, but I need to see the comments. That's what I want to see. Okay.
I can
All
see
right. As
us.
long as I can see the comments. Yeah.
Last time we had heaps of comments and we didn't see any of them.
I
Oh,
know.
I
We
didn't.
need to find out why that's happening.
Yeah. I saw. I think it's Victor. He had heaps of comments, but I didn't see any of them.
He commented a whole bunch of times. It was
No,
awesome, and we didn't get to see any of them. But I wonder if that's like the way that they're set up.
really. Be good if you could interact.
Well, I guess I'm just not going to be able to get hmm. Okay. Oh well. Okay. Hi everyone. I just want to make sure I can see everyone's comments. I think I can. All right, we've got 2 viewers now. Hey ladies, Nova's here. Okay. I'm
Hi,
just
Nova.
gonna have to go all, yeah, I can't see us. We're just gonna have to talk and I can't look at you. Well, I guess I can go on Facebook. I mean on my phone. Hi everyone, how's everyone doing? Sorry we didn't make it last week, but it was a 3-day American holiday and I took it off. And it felt good to be off a little bit. I do work 6 days a week, roughly anywhere from 12 to 14 hours a day. So any excuse for me to take off, I do it.
Amen.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so how's everyone doing out there? What you guys been up to? How you feeling, Nova? I know you're feeling a lot better. Poor thing.
That's good. That's
Yeah, she she went without a little bit. She went without some medicine for a minute, and that's not good.
medicine from you.
Mm-hmm. Is the comment showing up for you?
No, I don't know. No, it's okay. I'll just go along with you. Can you see me? I can see you. Oh yeah, I can see that. It says, "Hey,
Yeah,
ladies.
oh, there
Hello.
we go. It's right there. Okay.
How are you?"
It's not showing up on my live, but okay, whatever. Okay. All right, it's all working. It's really weird. I don't know what's going on, but it's way different than what it's ever been before.
Mm.
Everything was always condensed down so I can see, and oh, it looks like we're freezing up too. Okay. Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. How much fun is this? It takes like 5 minutes just to get set up.
Oh my goodness! It takes more than 5 minutes. It takes like 20 minutes, and even then.
Yeah, it's crazy. I know. Learning this is a lot. Hopefully I'll master it really soon. Okay, so Anne had a few things that she wanted to talk about, and it kind of seems to all go into with what I was thinking about, what some of the topics that I wanted to talk about. Um, so I'll go ahead and let you start. Okay, first of all, you guys, whoever's watching, I'm not too sure who's all watching because unless you comment or don't like or love or share, we don't know you guys are watching. So we're just talking between 2 lovely ladies about things that we feel that are our truths, and sometimes they're pretty out there. They're pretty crazy.
God. I wonder what people think when they listen to us talk. Like they must just, I don't know, because I just speak. I'm one of those people who are not very censored. So I just like, blah.
You're not very
But
funny. I know. Well, that's how we are. We just let it out there
I'm kind of
because this
funny.
isn't, we're not trained to do this. We're being self-taught on how to just speak our truth, right? We're not, we don't read from a script or anything. You're really just watching two live, very good best friends who like to chat on FaceTime and just talk about everything. And then we got the idea, hey, let's just go live on this. Let's just put it out there and see what happens. So you guys are literally just watching both of us just have our weekly conversation that we love to do because uh, Anne is in a different country. But let me go ahead and go through my little spill and let everyone say hello to everyone and thank you for being here with us. And I am Claudine. I am with Elevated by Claudine. I am the creator of it. And what I do is I transfer people off of pharmaceuticals and street drugs and alcohol onto plant-based medicine. The short of it, you can go to my website, elevatedbyclaudine.com, to get more information and look under services and see all my products. I actually have a healing facility in Glendale, Arizona. So I do own my own little center that I just celebrated 5 years of opening the doors on Saturday.
Oh,
I think
wonderful.
and thank you, Anne, for being there every step of the way. Anne has been here every step of the way since the day I opened my doors on February 22nd, 2020. I actually signed my lease in 2019, but I didn't get the doors open because of all the craziness that was going on at that time, which was COVID. And that's a little bit something, but we're going to talk about today, you guys. Um, so I'll go ahead and let Anne introduce herself. And she is in Australia, you guys.
Yes, I'm Anne. I live in Australia. I work at a restaurant as a waitress, and I'm just really psychic sometimes. So there's not a lot to me. That's about it.
And she's a mom.
Yes, I'm a mom. I'm a mom of two kids. Well, we say mom. You guys say mom. I used to say
Uh-huh.
mom, but been here for
Mum.
so long.
I like it. Mum.
Mom. We say mum. Mum.
Mum.
We use a U in it. You guys use a O in it. So
And we say
it's funny.
mommy
Like
too.
mommy. Yeah, we say mummy. Kids say mummy, mummy, mum. It's so funny. Before you have children, it's all you want to hear. Oh, I just want to be called mummy or mum. And then you have your kids, and it's like every time you hear that word, it's like, oh, what now?
Mum,
Mom,
mum, mum,
mom,
mum,
mom,
mum, mum.
mom. So yeah,
I think we all can relate. I know Nova's watching us, so she's like, yeah, and she has one. So I mean, even one can do it. Trust me.
oh
I
yeah.
remember when I only had my three children. I was a single mom, and my two boys would go with their dad, and I'd have my daughter all summer long. It'd still be the same thing, Mom, mom, mom.
Mom, 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 mom. It's just all different levels of tones.
Oh, the life of being a mom. I love it. I wouldn't take it back for nothing. It's the best experience of my life. I'm trying to get comfortable
It
here.
is. I saw a good idea. They say every time you hear mom do a squat, and you have a nice bum. You just hear it that many. Mom do a squat. Might as well.
I know.
Yeah.
I know every mom can relate to that.
Yes.
Okay, so what did you want to talk about? Where do you want to start at today?
I have three things. Well, I have one thing that I definitely want to talk about, but I feel like it's might be too much for the start to start off with. But I want to talk about the meaning of woke because it seems to be something that I hear a lot more often, and like I've never really paid much attention to the meaning of woke or what woke is or whatever um whatever it is, like whatever agendas behind it. I've never really paid any attention, but I'm hearing it a lot, and I'm having a lot of people ask me. Like I had my partner's dad the other day asked me, what does woke mean? What does it mean to be woke? And I was like, I don't know. I just kind of put it down to like, you know, the Democrat type stuff. But I've never thought anything of woke. I don't think you're awake when you're woke. Like it doesn't mean you're awake. But yeah, so and then I was having a discussion online yesterday, and a lot of people were throwing in because I just said woke means you're asleep. That's my opinion about woke. But yeah, so I don't know if you know anything about the woke movement. being in America, Claudine? Because I think in America it's much more of a big deal. But it's funny, America seems to start things about 3 years prior, and then it will seep into Australia. Like, there's a really famous word, really popular word that Americans have always said, and that's slay. Like, women will say, "Oh, I slay," like how they look. They talk about their looks, I'm slay, I slay. And that's been in America. I think it's more of a the black culture that was they used a lot, but then it went down into everyone culture in America. But it's like my daughter was saying to me the other day, she's like, "Mom, there's this really corny word that everyone uses. It's so cringe." And she told me, and I'm like, "Oh, that came from America." Like, but so woke is much more of an American thing. But yeah, I wanted to kind of discuss what what woke means or is to people, you know, might be different with you.
Well, what happens in America happens to everyone.
Yes.
Okay, if it's here, if whatever's happening here is going to happen to you guys and to every other country. That's
Yeah.
just the way it's been. That's the way, they've set this whole system up.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but woke to me is just another agenda for them to put their dysfunction on us
Mm-hmm.
and to
Yes.
accept, and to accept this dysfunctional, unnatural, very unnatural
Yeah.
lifestyle. Okay,
Yeah.
because their job is to has been since they've been created and they've been on this planet, the darkness is to take everything natural from us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's what it is to me, and it's just like another Black Lives Matter
Yeah. So
organization.
is woke mainly targeted toward that transgender agenda? Is that what it is?
The
And it's like,
the
yeah, okay.
LGBT
And if you accept LGBT agenda,
NY the
you are
whole
woke.
alphabet. Yeah.
So you are woke if you accept that agenda.
Mhm.
Is that what it
Then
is?
you're woke. Yeah, you woke. You know the truth. You know that you can identify with anything,
But
that's
can't
just
you
kind of
just
how they talk too, huh?
can't you just identify with anything because you personally want to or you choose to because you're a good person and you just want to love everyone? Why does there have to be a term to you being that someone who accepts everyone? You know
More
what I like?
separation. More separation.
Okay.
It's all about separating, conquering, separating them, creating the problem, and then having the solution, just like what we were just talking about before we went live, and we are talking about the egg epidemic that we're having right now. Now, are you guys having shortages on eggs in your country?
Yes and no. Um, like in the supermarkets, you'll go to the supermarkets and the shelves will say, due to a shortage of eggs, only one per person, like all that kind of crap. Sometimes you'll go there and all the cheap eggs will be gone. It'll just be all the expensive eggs left. And like you can see that whole thing being played out, but it's only in like the big supermarkets like Woolworths and Coles, which are our big supermarkets. All the fruit shops and all the small little type of places you can get eggs, like all the farms you can go get eggs, like it's okay, you're not going to die. There's no big run out and buy eggs. When we had the COVID with toilet paper, it was really bad, but no, we're okay. We're still affording eggs. Like it's not an epidemic or a pandemic or like
Well, yeah,
something.
yeah. Well,
But it's
here
still a
it is
dominant.
become. Let me see what's going because Nova's in New York, so she's clear across the other side of the country from where I'm at. Nova, are you guys having shortages on eggs out there? Is it costing like $10, $12 for a dozen of eggs? Which just blows my mind because for so many years of most of my life, eggs were never more than $2.99.
No.
You can get the cheap ones for 99 cents. The organic free range, because all that started happening, um, when we started getting information about how these chickens were being treated. And then
Mm-hmm.
so, other types of eggs were available. But if you want to get some really interesting eggs, go to the Asian market. I've seen blood red eggs there before.
Oh yeah, the Chinese have this egg called a century egg. My mom used to eat them, and it's like they ferment their egg, and sometimes they keep a chickie inside, but it's like black. Oh, it smells horrible. I don't know how
Oh,
anyone
that's
eats them,
that
but
is funny.
it's been fermented and it's just gross. Like, but yeah.
Well, to this whole egg and bird flu epidemic. Let's see if she's signed back. If she signed on. Okay, so Nova, yeah, they're having the same issue too. In okay, so theirs are $8 a carton. That's got to be insane. That's got to be insane for, especially for a single mom.
Oh, I
That's
can't
just that's
imagine.
crazy. Yeah, but out here, we in Arizona, where I'm living, they're $10. And I even find them for $12. So this egg pricing gouging that they're doing on us has to do with the bird flu. They're telling us that the bird flu is killing all the birds, killing all the chickens. Okay. And
Oh my
that's not
god.
true. That's not true. It's
Of
not
course,
true.
it's not true.
It's not. What it's all about is they're killing the birds. So what I found out today, you guys, so I've been doing some research today, and all of this stuff just started kind of connecting with me today. I woke up this morning after I got ready. I'm putting my shield around me like I do every day. Some of you guys who know who I am, I shield myself every day from toxic energies, frequencies, so they can't penetrate my being. Okay, and I shoot this out 6 feet away. Okay, and this is a protection thing I do. And then after I got done, I said, "Oh gosh, Spirit, what am I going to talk about today about my life?" I didn't have any content really. I'm like, "Oh, please give me some downloads before, before the show." Well, of course, they started coming in around 11:30. I started hearing tidbits and stuff about the shortages on the eggs, the bird flu and stuff here and there. And then I just really started thinking about it. Then I did a little bit of research, and I come to find out that this all kind of reminded me of COVID in a way. Because when COVID started, you guys, well, as far as I know, because the CIA has admitted to COVID being released from a lab from Wuhan, from the bats.
Mhm.
Did you hear about that theory?
No, but Dr. Fauci told me that in my dreams.
That
he,
the
he
that
said
the
it was
oh yeah, okay, I heard that theory. That was one of the first theories I heard, that
that it
COVID
was made in
came
a lab
from
in
the
China.
bats, from Wuhan, from the bats.
Yeah,
Yeah. But what I heard was somebody
it was made
went,
in a
because you
lab.
can eat. Yeah, because I heard that. Okay, but this was what I heard. Okay, was that somebody went to Wuhan and they ate some bat soup or something like that
Hmm.
in Wuhan.
Yeah,
They went on
I
vacation.
heard that too.
Yeah, that is the first one I heard. But then when I found out that there was a world military, or yeah, or was it yeah, a world military like Olympic event in 2019. That's how
Hmm.
they released it. They released it upon, because it was a bioweapon. As far as I'm
Hmm.
concerned, I mean, I'm going to speak my truth. I don't care what anyone says.
Hmm.
It was a bioweapon put on them, and
Hmm.
that's how they really spread it. One
Hmm.
person can't spread it through the whole entire world. That doesn't make any sense.
No.
No.
No, of course not, Claudine. Of course not. I don't even think about these things because when I hear it, it's just stupid. It's like, as if, of course, it's made in a lab to some like they. I think they got COVID, like the virus or whatever it is. You know, you get on the spray bottles, and they took it and they played with it and they made and they played around with it and they made all these different strands and they release it on the world and they see how it reacts in people and it's a when people say to me that COVID is not a real virus, I beg to differ because I believe I know I got COVID definitely one time, but I do believe in 2020 I got some kind of COVID and because the way my lymphatic system reacted to what I got, I never experienced it. And the long-term effects is what makes me go, oh, okay, COVID is a bit different. Like the way it latches on and sticks in your body, and it has all these after effects to it when you get long COVID. And when you get the fever of COVID, like when you truly get that fever, you feel it's something else. Like it's like an entity sitting inside you. Like whenever I got it, I would look in the. Sometimes I'd see myself in the mirror when I'd have the fever, and I would not recognize myself. I'd be looking into the mirror at myself and like those eyes and be like, "That's not me." That's I don't know what's inside me, but it feels like an entity of some sort. That virus, so. I I'm most definitely sure they used it as a bioweapon, and they did a good
Oh,
job with it.
it's a parasite. It's a parasite,
Oh,
and then it's a parasite they put in
gosh.
our body, and then they're even admitting to having it on the testing swab. So if you got tested, you got swabbed with COVID-19. You got
Mhm.
then
Yeah.
somebody. Yeah, there's a whistleblower. I don't have any names. I should write these people's names down when I come across this stuff, but I just don't. Somebody was a whistleblower and took videos of where they were making the testing swabs and all the testing kits
Mhm.
in China. And they swabbed up your nose. And I always said from day one, I never got swabbed. I never got
I
vaccinated or
never got
anything.
that swab. I
Huh?
didn't get I didn't get the swab right up the nose. I took one. They have these real small testing kits now, and you just have to like get a little bit of your. You can use saliva too, and
Then
you put
use
it on.
saliva. That's what I've always said. Why can't we use saliva? Why can't I spit in that cup? Why can't
Now
I
you
piss
can.
in that cup? Yeah, exactly. Or something like that. I know there's other ways of testing, but I just knew when they said, nope, it has to go up the nose. That's when
Uh,
you know. That's when you know, like right over straight away. There's something fishy about
They're trying
this.
to put something up in your nasal cavity. Like they're trying to. They're. I think that's. I didn't get that. I was too scared. When I got sick, I did not. I didn't. I didn't go get tested. I was like, please no. And my doctor let me off on having high blood pressure suddenly, because I went from like pretty normal to sitting in the doctor's office. All of a sudden, my blood pressure just went through the roof, but so did my temperature at the same time. And he's like, "Oh, I think you need to go get a COVID test." And I'm like, "No, please, no! Like, I don't want that thing up my nose." So, and
Yeah.
I wasn't contagious. So, but yeah. So he's like, "Oh yeah, you're getting high blood pressure." There was a bacteria that was showing up in my pee. That was it. But other
Yeah.
than that, yeah, I never got that
Yeah.
swab nose.
I
But
mean, it was just, it was just it's bioweapons after bioweapons. And that's what they're doing here with this whole bird flu and this whole egg shortage. So what I find out as I'm going down this hole is that there is this the government pays for these labs, these scientist labs, research labs to do things called gain of function. Okay, it's studies for a gain of function. And what they do with this research, these research labs, okay, first of all, the bird flu came from a research lab,
mhm.
from the gain of function research lab. And where was the name? I got the research lab, the name of it. I wrote notes here. Let me find out what's the name of the research. I'll find the name of the research lab. Anyways, so these research labs are doing a gain of function, getting paid for that to create the bird flu because they say they're studying it. But the
Mhm.
bird flu is coming from these facilities. And then what
Mhm.
are they studying? What are they really studying?
I don't
For a
know.
vaccination?
I have no idea. I don't know
Right.
anything until it's in my face.
But come to find out now, I did hear though on the radio for a brief minute when someone was talking about how they were doing this research and da 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 da, and how they were trying to make the virus jump and spread over to other animals.
Interesting.
Why are we paying, as Americans, the government to hire testing facilities, scientist testing facilities, for what they call a gain of function. That's the name of the program on this bird flu and how to spread it. I like what's going on here. Another bioweapon, another bioweapon. Then they're causing a big shortage on eggs, price gouging us, and we're
Mhm,
paying for all of it.
mhm. Well, Bill Gates got the monopoly
There you
back
go.
in
Uh-huh.
21 or 22. I was
Facts.
watching. He was buying the monopoly. He was buying the monopoly on agriculture. There was a lot of farms that were going up in flames. Um, and yeah, right back then I said, watch within the next 2 to 3 years, egg prices start going through the roof and also being a shortage of eggs. And
Mm-hmm.
here we are, it's happening. And,
It is. It's happening. It's called
anytime,
the
yep.
it's called the H5N1 bird flu.
Oh, well, there we go. But
Yep.
anytime Bill Gates buys the monopoly to something, you've got to worry because he's not buying it to make it better or to make it, more wonderful for humans. He's doing it. Bill Gates is to me, he is nothing but a mad scientist. That man does not care for the human race. He thinks we're just way too many and cockroaches, and we are experiments to him. That is all he does with the humans. He experiments on us. He did it with COVID and the vaccinations. Um, AI at the end of the day is an experiment on humans. So to see, I guess, how we're gonna, take on AI and what's AI gonna become with humans. So that's an experiment. COVID was an experiment. Everything he does, Bill Gates had his whole thing of going to Africa and injecting the children with all kinds of vaccines, and no one did anything about it because him and his wife were all about telling the world that, oh, we're helping them and doing the diseases. Like, they don't care. They don't care about helping the humans. They If they help you along the way through their vaccine, great, but they're there to experiment, and they needed they need live subjects to experiment on. And we are now the live subjects. It used to be the African children, but now, since 2020, it is us as
It's
humans.
always
We
been
are
us. It's not
It
just the
has
African
always been
children. It's
us.
always been us.
Yeah, but
It's always been us.
they have gotten the worst. They have had no protection. The things that have been done to them as a race and everything is just, it's criminal. It is absolutely disgusting.
They
They've
are
never
criminals.
Yes, they have never been able to be as blatant with us before, but now they can. Ever since COVID, it's all
It's
over.
changed. It's yeah, it
Yeah.
is in more and more in front of our face. And again, Bill Gates is he is what he works for the dark shadows.
Oh,
He
yes.
wor he works for the cabal, everybody. Okay. That is who that
Absolutely.
man is. And
Absolutely.
yeah, he's not even a doctor. That is what's so disgusting about the whole entire thing.
He's a mad scientist. He's a
But yeah,
bad, mad scientist.
we take medical advice. We let him run things. It was, it's really crazy. But anyways, so the United States Department of Agriculture, okay, is the one who hired Southeast Poultry Research Lab to research this, and they leaked out the bird flu. And then now they're telling us that we have an egg shortage because um, the birds are all dying from the bird flu.
It's not
That's
true.
not true. None of that is true.
Of course not.
Um, People aren't dying from the bird flu.
Nope. Not that
No
I
one's
know.
died from it. Do you know what they get? Do you know what this? You know what happens when you test positive for the bird flu? It means you have pink eye. Yeah,
What? You have pink
yeah.
eye, positive
The
for birth.
only symptom that I've been able to research and what I've been hearing, because got on YouTube, I did some research on on the dark web and stuff, and the doctors that are whistleblowing on this are like, yeah, what is pink eye? There's a medical name for it.
Conjunctivitis.
Conjunctivitis. Yeah, yeah, that's what they're calling it. That's pink eye, right?
Yeah, yeah. Pink eye.
Yeah, okay.
Is that what they're
And
saying the bird flu looks like?
yeah, it's pink eye, and no one's died from this. Well, there. Okay, so I did read one thing. Let me get my phone. So someone in Louisiana got it, and they died. They didn't die from it. They said that there's linkage to that may have caused his death, and he had a small bird farm. Okay, but I guess none of his birds tested positive. Anyways, that's the only thing I could find about someone who's ever died from it. And then I guess when it first came out, and hold on, I got it right here. Okay, I guess it first came out in 1996 in
Mm-hmm.
China.
Mm-hmm.
And then in 1997, and that killed 6 people and hospitalized 18. That was the worst thing I could find about it. And that was back in 1997. So that was like, I'm just saying, that was just the research I found trying to figure out, okay, who's died from this? What's going on? And then I find out that when the farmers, if one of their birds turn out to be positive for the bird flu, the government, our government, the United
Mm-hmm.
States Department of Agriculture goes out there and kills all the birds. Kills all
Mm-hmm.
the birds, not just the birds that test positive, but kills the
Mm-hmm.
whole entire freaking flock.
Yep.
That is why we are having an egg shortage. Hello.
Yeah, well.
It has nothing to do with the birds having the bird flu. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay. They're
Okay.
just killing all the birds.
Yeah. From them, if a bird farmer owns 1,000 birds,
Yep.
and one of those birds tests positive for the bird flu, they got to
Mm-hmm.
kill all 1,000 birds.
Yeah. I've
So,
heard of that.
so where's the shortage coming from? Or is my common sense here not right?
The shortage. Where
Of
is the
eggs
shortage
that's
coming
coming,
from?
huh?
Where is the shortage coming from? Is it
Well,
really
they're
a shortage?
saying it's because the birds are dying. What they're saying in mainstream media, if you watch it, if you
Mm-hmm.
listen to the news, they're
Oh,
saying there's an egg shortage. We're having an egg shortage, and that's
yeah.
the reason why they are gouging us, and they quadrupled the price of eggs on us
Yep.
because there's an egg shortage. Well, because the birds are dying. But no, the
Mhm.
birds are not dying. The birds are getting killed.
Yeah. Obviously.
Yeah, hello. And
Poor birdies.
I know. Um,
But this is just going to keep happening, Claudine. Like they're going to do this. Like if once they own the monopoly, they can play whatever game they want with us.
but that's why
And
we're here to talk about it because I'm calling it out. I'm making a video. I'm putting it on the live wire to let people know that this is just another trickery,
oh, for sure.
another bioweapon, another trickery, another way to steal our money, steal our energy, steal everything. Okay, because on top of it,
Absolutely.
they're calling it culling, that they have to call. They're culling these birds, and
They're calling the birds.
it's called culling.
Yeah, where they kill.
Culling is what they're calling it. Okay, but
Yeah.
culling doesn't mean mass murder. Far from it. Far from it. So yeah, so what they're doing is they're mass murdering our birds. If you go to this is what's happening in our country right now, and they're calling it an egg. They're lying. Because what did we just say? They're all criminals. What do
Yes.
criminals do?
Uh, they
Yes, they're
lie.
criminals. They lie.
100%.
Okay,
If it's in mass media,
Guess
it's
how
a
much
lie.
this has cost the American people so far?
How much?
$1.25 billion of our tax
Oh
money.
my goodness.
Oh my God, yeah, our tax money, $1.25 billion.
Oh, I
For
just don't know
killing
what to
animals and
say.
causing an egg shortage. What the heck? Okay, now come to find out, you guys, when I come to the conclusion, all of this and why they're doing this is because they can't get us vaccinated, you guys. They cannot get us vaccinated. So what they're doing is they're pushing. There's an agenda here. You got to see through this. You have to look really, really deep. For me, it's not that hard, but they're trying to figure out a way to vaccinate our meat, to make it a law that they
Mhm.
go in with the farmers and they go in there and they make every farmer inject their meat, because why are they now cross testing it jumping when it doesn't even, that's not even a thing, but now they're creating that. Does this make sense? Am I making sense? Why are they cross breeding this virus to jump from another animal? Okay.
Mhm.
So that they can get all the meat source, you know what I mean? So that it'll go into
Mhm.
the cows, which already some cows have gotten sick with it. I guess a few have, because they
Mhm.
crossbred it and it came out of um this facility that is being paid by the United States Agriculture Company. And
Mhm.
anyways, so um yeah, so that is, yeah, there you go. That's what it's costing us, and they're going in there and they're going to make this a thing. You just said Bill Gates bought a bunch of, got into the about the chicken
Yep.
farms. But another thing he did too is he bought a ton of cattle and
Yep.
just farms all over the
Agriculture, all of
United
it.
States. All of them.
Yeah.
All of them.
He did.
All of them.
He did.
Yep. Yep.
He's gonna
So
start
this is another
experimenting
way.
with
Yeah.
your food. He's
Yep.
gonna
It's
start
another way for
experimenting.
another bioweapon on us.
Yeah.
Another way for them to completely control our meat.
Yeah.
Because if they can push this agenda and get the approval, oh my God, and cause the pandemic on us, and to get us in fear base like they always do, we got to shoot up all the animals with this vaccine, and then who
Mhm.
eats it? They
Mhm.
don't.
No, of course
We do.
not.
We do,
Exactly.
because we are the experiment. We
Mhm.
are the experiment, and the poor animals too. They're beings
I
too, by the way.
when it first was happening, when he was like buying up all this agriculture and eggs and stuff, I remember some people were like saying that it had something to do with the vaccine, because Bill Gates was buying it. So people were saying it had something to do with the vaccine and how the vaccine works in your body, and eggs can hinder it. So he was trying to make it so it was harder to get eggs for people to eat, because the vaccine doesn't work as well in your body with eggs, like with eggs, like I don't know, something to do with eggs. It does something, so the vaccine can't work like as much as it can. I don't know, something like that. It was something to do with the COVID vac and the way it works in your body, and that's what the conspiracy theory back then was that because Bill Gates was buying it, that he didn't want it to interfere with his vaccination, that he was trying to see how it was going to work in people and stuff. So that was the reason behind the egg
Liar,
monopoly.
liar, pants on fire.
I don't know.
Such a liars. So then I did a little bit more digging, you guys, and I come to find out that Biden administration, just a couple days prior to the switchover of the new presidency of the Trump organization, or whatever you want to call them, whatever, Duck Dynasty is what I call them all, gave approval for a company called Zoetis. And what they do is they make animal vaccines, and they approved them to go ahead and start doing that. And then they gave $590 million grant to Moderna.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So there's already been a grant given for these vaccinations. It's already
Mm-hmm.
in, it's, yeah.
Is that for the
So,
animals?
huh?
Is that for the animals?
Yeah,
A
it's for the
vaccine?
animals. Yeah, they gave Moderna. Well, I don't know. It's Moderna. As far as I know, that's for humans.
Isn't that for humans? Yeah.
Yeah. So either way, just before he got out of the White House, he went ahead and gave $590 million, or $590 million, I mean, to Moderna.
Interesting. But that's
Very interesting. So we're $590 million and $1.25 billion in this is all coming from taxpayers' money. Okay. This doesn't come out of any of their pockets.
mm-hmm.
This is very frustrating for me.
I can
So
imagine.
Yeah,
There's
it is.
definitely something in the pipe works. There's definitely something that they're creating with all of this. That's for sure.
Well,
Because
it's
this,
just it. Yeah, they always create the problem, you guys. They always
yeah, yeah,
create the
yeah.
problem, and they always have the solution. This is playbook. This is their playbook. This is one that they pull from their playbook
Yeah,
constantly. This is a
yeah,
play that they play from the play. They pull from the playbook all the time. Okay, and it
yeah,
seems to work continuously on us.
yeah. It does. That's what I don't understand. Why does this work? Why do they get to keep doing
Why do we
the
accept?
thing?
Why do we accept what's going on? That's what
And
I
why
would
do we
like to
keep
know.
buying into them?
Mm-hmm.
Like why
Exactly.
do we buy into it? Why do we buy into the fear and the whole everything about it? You know, it sucks having to pay more money for eggs, but I don't eat a lot of eggs anymore, to be honest, because I saw one health guy, a doctor who has a different spin on health and stuff, and he said that eggs actually are not good for people who have autoimmune diseases in their body. It feeds the what's it, Epstein Barr virus, and yeah, something about eggs in it. So ever since I saw that, because I used to eat a lot of eggs, I actually stopped eating eggs because I know I have some kind of autoimmune issue going on in my body. So anything that is feeding it, I don't want to be having. So even though eggs is a good thing, it can also affect you in other ways. So I stopped eating eggs because of it. I eat them every so often, but I don't like it's not a big part of my diet anymore because of that. So I don't know. It sucks to buy more eggs, but you got to just change what how you're doing things. I
And I
guess
found it.
kind of
They said
switch
that
them.
there's liquid.
But buying
Sorry.
into the fear of the pandemic to me is just silly. Like obviously this is going to be some kind of agenda and news story and hype, and they're going to create some vaccine. You know, it's probably going to have has a long list to this agenda. What slowly, because I watched it with COVID, because I didn't pay attention to COVID, but I just kept hearing it and watching it and then once it happened the way it did, I was like, what the fuck? How did it become this? But it built up to that. So obviously this egg thing, because I watched it start coming in last year, egg shortage, and I'm like, oh, here we go. Like I said this 2 3 years ago, and it started, and then now it's becoming, and now in America it's become really big, and like to now it's affecting you the way it is. So obviously it's going to keep going with it, but I just don't understand why we keep buying into this stuff. Like if it does become a big vaccination, and you just got to find ways around it. But yeah.
Well, there's little things we can do. There's little things that, we could always be part of the solution. Either you're
Mm-hmm.
going to be part of the problem or you're going to be part of the solution.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, the number one solution for me is to stop these gain of function research. These research, whoever, we got to stop funding this. And as Americans, we can write, there's things that we can do to stop it, to at
Mm-hmm.
least let them know we're aware of what you're doing
Mm-hmm.
and that this is not okay.
Mm-hmm.
Another way we can do it, another thing we can do too is stop going to their grocery stores.
Yes, exactly.
Stop going to the huge commercial grocery stores and shop local. Go to your
Yeah,
local farmers.
yeah, exactly. Go to your local fruit shops. Go look at those types of places, and
Exactly.
farmers,
Exactly.
because they
Now,
give eggs.
what I also was looking into was what are they doing in the UK? I wanted to hear what was going on in your government with it. Now, come to find out that your government has a pretty good control on everyone who owns a chicken in the UK.
Mm.
So they're already going and testing and taking out making sure that the chickens, in your country are getting ready to get vaccinated here pretty soon too.
Probably.
So, yep. So you've got kind of the same issue going on there a little bit. I just was able to research it for a few minutes, but yeah, they're getting
So what
ready
does
to,
that mean? When we eat the chicken, we're eating the vaccination. Like we're
yeah,
taking.
yeah.
Really,
Yeah,
that's not
if the
good.
whatever the chicken is eating, you're
It's what
eating too.
we're eating.
Okay.
That's not good.
Um,
I don't want to be eating no vaccination. I think we just have to stop eating meat. Eat mushrooms.
right?
Yeah, that's what
There's
I've
so
been
much
doing.
more.
I've just been
And they
doing
can't
mushrooms.
manipulate the mushrooms. There's nothing they can do to manipulate the mushrooms because the mushrooms have more intelligence than any of them, than anyone in Dark Dynasty.
Fried mushrooms really yummy. Fried
Oh, they're
mushrooms
great.
with rice is so yummy and a bit of soy sauce. Perfect meal. They sometimes I just fry up a big pan of mushrooms, like, and I make them real, like, really cooked where they're nice and crispy. It's so, and I just have like a bowl of cooked mushroom, like fried mushroom, and it's so filling and it's so yummy.
It is. It's really good and medicinal too. But
Probably,
I just think with this whole thing, there is no chickens aren't dying, you guys, from the bird flu. There is no shortage. I mean, there is an egg shortage because they're killing the chickens. That's what's happening. And my one of my solutions, if I was in the government and if I was head of the Department of Agriculture and I had to figure this out, what I would do is I would get the chicken that's sick, separate it, don't eat it, sacrifice it, get rid of it, burn it, wash your hands, problem solved.
I don't know anything about these flus and the way they spread and how it all works, so
Okay,
I
well,
can't comment.
every single virus, even your autoimmune disease now that you're claiming that you got going on, is
Hmm.
all created. It's all
Hmm.
created from a
For
lab.
sure. For sure. Like, I
From a
know mine is from like overload of toxins in my body that
Yeah,
I've now have this like
yeah.
weird reaction. Like, I fully agree with that. It's not
The
natural.
bio it's bioweapon after bioweapon after bioweapon put on us, you guys. And what they're doing with this whole bird flu and egg shortage is to get your guys' meat, because I don't eat meat. I do not
Mhm.
eat meat. I haven't eaten meat in 7 years, and I'm very proud of that. To get the meat
Mhm.
full of vaccines.
Mhm.
So
That makes sense. That's not.
and I'm concerned about this. It doesn't matter if I don't eat meat, my whole family does. Everyone that I care about eats meat. I don't
Mhm.
have There's nobody that I know that's a vegetarian like I am,
Mhm.
that I hang out with or that I or my family or any of my clients. I mean, and I care about everybody. I care about all of you guys, you know what I mean? So this is
Mhm.
something that's very huge. And I
Mhm.
hope this
Sure.
video, yeah, I hope this video puts some seeds inside some people and start getting them to start making some better choices in their life.
Mhm.
Um, I think it'd be a great idea if you temporarily stopped eating meat for a minute, boycott it, and start eating mushrooms for real.
Mhm.
You know,
Mushrooms are great.
this is and then we can go right into what else I had put it, the other topics I had put in for a topic tonight. It has, energy's everything. I don't think I'll ever be able to really stress that on anybody as much as I wish I mean, energy is everything. Without
Mhm.
it, nothing exists. Nothing.
Mhm. It's true. This is true.
And
I think everything has a vibration, even a table or a chair in our dimension. It all has a vibration to it.
exactly,
It's
if
always
you
the
put
same.
a Tylenol in your body, okay, that changes your
Mhm.
vibration.
Mhm.
Whatever
Or
you put in your body changes your vibration.
Mhm.
Now, this is something I wrote. I thought this was really good. I am kind of focusing on a woman here because I am a female, but this also goes for you men too. And I try to put it um, in 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 a way so that it resonates with the woman and the man. But a woman who has avoided alcohol and a man who's avoided alcohol, tobacco, casual sex, and has been fueling their body with fresh fruits, veggies, leafy greens, and taught how to cleanse themselves, is going to have a really good vibration in them versus somebody who pollutes their body with all this stuff.
Yep.
It's a different spirit that they carry. And that is why I know it sets me a little bit different off of from everyone else, because the type of work that I do on myself, the type of cleansing I do, the type of lifestyle I live. I will use myself as an example because I'm very proud of myself. I'm a woman who's looking at to being 60 really soon. Well, in a few years, but I'm closer to 60 than I am anything else for a big number. And I can get up and off the ground in seconds. I can run as fast as a 7-year-old. I race my grandsons all the time. They're 7 and 9, and I whoop their ass in a race.
Yeah. You
I
do
always
have.
tell, yeah, I always tell everybody that works with me, that comes to work with me, don't try to keep up with me unless you have energy of a 7-year-old.
Hmm.
And the reason why I have this type of spirit and I'm able to work 12, 14 hours days, 6 days a week, and not get sick and not need a break and not complain and not be miserable is because of the spirit that I carry inside of me.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's a biblical spirit. But it is. If we go back to if we look at the Bible really is just like a blueprint for how we should live. They just made it real religious with the way they translated it, and it's like they put a religious mark to it. But if you just look at it as like points and blueprint of like what we're supposed to do, it's pretty much like that. It says all the same things as what we do. Like you're not supposed to sleep around. You're supposed to eat clean meats. You're supposed to eat clean. Like it tells you to take care of your vessel. You know, don't just sleep with anyone because of the spirits that you take on. It tells you all those things, but just in this very biblical way. Like even tells you get married, you be with the one person. Like, and that's, to me, that's just kind of telling you how you're supposed to treat the human body. It's telling us how to be as a human being so that we carry the best spirit. You know, in the Bible, it's the spirit of Jesus or God, but really it's just so we have a good vibration, and and it just teaches you to be clean, and clean in energy and clean in the physical too. That's kind of all it's saying. But they
But
make it
energy
just,
is everything. The Bible does not talk about how important energy is.
no. They just, yeah, they don't. It's the way it got translated. But like when I look at how I was taught the Bible and how I live my life, I just go, oh, I'm just real biblical now. Like I've just become really like how the Bible tells you to live your life and the Bible tells you to be. But they just didn't translate it in an energy sense. They translate it all into this religious, you know, it's a religious thing. You got to be holy, and but really, no. You just have to be pure in your, you know, in your spirit, and it's by what you do and what you consume and what you put into your body, and that's
Exactly.
where the spirit comes out of. Yeah.
If you're a person who eats sugar, soda, lots of pork, has tons of casual sex, preservatives, alcohol,
Yeah.
drugs, pharmaceutical, um, you're gonna you're gonna be very sick. You're gonna have anxiety. You're gonna have depression, mental problems. You're gonna be mental. You have mental illness. Then you're gonna have liver problems. Men will have prostate problems and so much more that they have. Um, Messes with the testosterone.
Mm-hmm.
And then women, we get all kinds of women diseases in
Mm-hmm.
our ovaries, in our womb, in our breast.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the thing that people are feeding their bodies, not fueling their bodies. Fueling, fueling, fueling their bodies. And that is what I try. I fuel my body. I eat to let the food be thy medicine. That is my thought process when I eat. Every time something goes in my mouth, what is the benefit of that and how is that going to higher my vibration? If it doesn't, then it's got to go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is a lot of discipline, but again, you got to feel the body. We don't oxygenate it, we don't hydrate it, we don't mineralize it, we don't alkalize it, we don't facilitate it constantly like we're supposed to. We don't, because we're not taught this. We're not taught the core truths of who we truly are and how this beautiful vessel works through energy. It's all energy, every last bit of it.
It's true.
It's true, because when you take your last breath, what happens?
It stops. You're
It
dead.
stops. It's dead. It's gone. The vessel is just the vessel, and the energy, your foreverness, the part of you that has no beginning and has no end, moves back on, well,
Mhm.
hopefully moves back home, goes back home from where it came from. That is what I
Yeah.
hope.
Well, some people get stuck to that body for a while, I think. I feel like that's what when you get ghosts and stuff, they haven't like detached. They haven't left. They got stuck somehow. But in general, you're supposed to leave. The energy that was inside that vessel definitely departs and goes somewhere else. So
Yeah.
yeah,
And when
we were
you're
no longer
doing
with
all
us.
Yeah, when you're doing all of this, work, the cellular repair, regeneration, rejuvenation, it helps the consciousness.
Hmm. For
Hmm.
sure.
It
Even
it
just getting rid
expands it. It
even
expands
just
it.
getting rid of parasites out of your body will change your the way your brain functions and works and thinks, and your thought becomes clear just from eradicating something like that out of your system. So imagine if you eradicate all the other crap out of your body. Imagine how much more your brain and the way it functions in your consciousness will shift and change. If
Oh
just
yeah,
taking care of parasites will change your consciousness,
it's an
because it
expansion.
does make you feel clear. Like, yeah.
It to me, it's like an expansion. That you're not just going through life, you're living life.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah. I feel like I feel like for a normal human being, because me personally, I haven't always been healthy. I've always liked to just, have fun and, you know, and part whatever, just not be all strict and stuff. But now I have to be, because I've had such a big health issue and I had to like figure out what it was. So I had to go and become very healthy and fix my diet and don't drink. And when you're playing with your lymphatic system, everything you consume, everything, medication, alcohol, water, everything, it affects your lymphatic system, because if there's so much buildup, it just doesn't let it shift, so it just becomes stagnant. So you have to think about everything you put in your body. But before that, I didn't, and I just had whatever.
I
So I
know.
look
I
back to,
remember.
oh yeah, and I look back to then to now, and think how much my consciousness has shifted, just purely out of getting my lymphatic system to work better and not be so stagnated, and a lot of the crap and the plaque and stuff is finally like breaking down and exiting my body, and my brain, my actual physical brain, just doesn't feel as foggy anymore. So I think for a human, we get so it's too easy to like have that alcohol because it's been a stressful day, or eat that crap food. And I think once you get so much buildup in your system, it's so hard to break away from it.
Hold on a minute. I got someone pounding on my door. Hold on.
I know.
Sorry about that, guys.
Who was it?
the client, I forgot to pull my stuff in and put my closed sign
Uh-oh.
around because I have a sign that says closed and I turn off my lights.
Hmm.
But we were dealing with all the with trying to go live. We had all those issues, so I forgot all about it. Usually I close everything up and make it all dark so everyone thinks I'm gone. And then I drive my Jeep in the back so everyone
I think
doesn't
she
think
knows.
I'm here. So
Somebody
anyways,
said hey.
hmm?
Someone said hey.
Yeah,
Someone said,
that's Rising Phoenix.
oh, I just saw it.
Um, okay, where were
But
we?
yeah, so how your state of consciousness changes, but also
Mm-hmm.
when you're consuming all these things, especially alcohol and anything that like influences your brain that much, you're also opening yourself up to like lots more outer energies to attach themselves and spirits that aren't very good and stuff to attach themselves because the the vessel is like, you know, it's brought down in vibration by what it's consuming, so then all the energies and spirits can attach to you too. So your defense system isn't very strong when you're not fueling the body with good stuff. I like I know from experience. That's what I experienced. Like just drinking lots of, you know, if I went out and drank that heaps, the next week I would just always feel like so crap and everything, you know. And then you have all the other outside influences that are affecting you while you're feeling down like that. So, and then to get back up, it's like it's so much. It's harder to get yourself out of those, you know, being stuck like that and consuming those things. So I feel
Well,
like it's hard to start, but it pays off.
oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm just seeing what you're writing now. About the bird. Yeah, I don't know what they did, but they totally changed the system, so I can't see all the messages. But yeah, it's all about energy. It really, I mean, that's, like I said, I just can't emphasize that enough when it comes to when I'm teaching people. And yeah, and it does. It has to do with everything that you put in your body and what you put on your body. That's another thing too, is your skin is like the largest organ that you have. And
Mm-hmm.
everything that you put on your skin goes straight to the blood.
Mm-hmm.
Straight to the blood.
Mm-hmm. And your liver.
And your liver,
The
it
liver
goes
has to
straight to
process
the blood.
all of it.
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
straight
Yeah.
to the blood. And it's a good thing and it's a bad thing. Like I love transdermal delivery systems. Some of my medicines work the best going through a transdermal method, delivery method.
Mm-hmm.
But another thing though too is I'm just saying, if you're out there and you are putting on all kinds of nice Victoria's Secret lotions and perfumes and Gucci and Chanel, I'm sorry, I'm not very up or
So
very
bad
hip.
for you.
Yeah, hip with all this stuff, but I'm just trying to think of the stuff that I see when I'm driving around that I know that's really popular because I've never walked into any of these stores before. Well, I have Victoria's Secret like 10 years ago. But anyways, when you're putting that stuff on your skin, you're poisoning yourself. You're putting
Mm-hmm.
heavy metals on your body, just like with what you're washing your hair with and the soap that you're washing yourself with. If you're washing yourself with Dove, you're loading yourself with heavy metals. You're washing yourself with heavy metals, is what you're
Yep.
doing.
You're letting your body just absorb it all as you put it on your skin and
Uh huh.
clog it all up too. And then when you spray your perfume and you spray it behind here, you have a huge lymphatic system sitting right there, and you're just spraying it straight
Oh,
into there. And when you put it under there, it's just straight into the lymphatic system.
deodorant is
Yeah,
filled with
all of
heavy metals.
I know. I used to do all this kind of stuff. That's why I know. Like, I would get
Mm-hmm.
my perfume and I would spray so it'd be sticking to the back of my scalp, like right there. and I would just, because it makes your hair smell and it stays inside your, it makes you smell nicer for longer because it kind of absorbs into there. But that's why it absorbs, because there's a big lymphatic system right there. Never
That's
mind
right.
all your glands that sit up here. It's just,
Yep, you like perfume. You're a
I do.
perfume person.
Yeah, I'm very careful with my perfumes now. I make sure to like only spray it on strands of my hair, which probably not as, like, still not good, but not as bad as like on my skin. And I only put it on my clothes, but I keep it so that I'm never inhaling it. I try to be careful because I know this stuff is very real. That the whole perfume thing, I'm really sad about it because I love perfume. I love smelling sweet and beautiful, but it's so toxic to your body. Like perfumes and all those expensive brands. Apparently, the better it smells and the sweeter it smells, the more poison it is to your body. So I've seen a doctor, that the same doctor that said the thing about the eggs. I like him. He looks at everything like on a different level. But yeah,
Hmm.
he says perfume shops he avoids at all costs because they're so toxic to the body. So
Yep, they are.
even
And then,
creams,
huh?
even like lotions and stuff, like to make your skin soft. Um, they, when they smell really good, they're not good for your body. You want things that like don't smell and that are like, are goat's milk, or yeah, where it says
Natural,
natural.
natural,
Yes.
natural.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people doing a lot of nice natural products. Like myself, I
Mhm.
do my own natural products. Um, I don't make shampoo or conditioners or anything like that, but they do have those out there. I'm very much into the rice bars. I use the rice and castor oil shampoo bars. They're bars, and that's what
Mhm.
I wash and I condition my hair with. Yeah. Um, and then to condition my hair, I put castor oil all in my hair with aged urine. And
Mm.
then I do this every Sunday, and then I pin it up and I go outside and I sit outside for as long as I can. I mean, I'll go hiking, I'll do whatever I can so I can get the sun on it. And then by the end of the night, I wash it and I go to bed. And that's
Interesting.
what I do. So, but that's me because I know that I'm my own best medicine
Mhm.
and I know that I'm clean. So I can use my urine. You can, your urine has
It's
your
very.
natural antibodies, has everything you need is in there. Your
Mhm.
brain stem cells are in there. Everything is in there from your own body, and it has a memory. It has a memory, and it remembers you from when you were your healthiest. So,
Mhm.
anyways, yes, I practice what we
Very
call
interesting.
Shimvambu. I'm a Shimvambu practitioner, and I do prescribe it to you guys. So if any of you guys are interested and you want to learn about urine therapy, I do that type of work too. I've been practicing, I'm going on 6 years now practicing that. Can you believe
That's
it? Isn't that
amazing.
crazy? It's so funny. But
Oh my.
that's another secret that I use. Your urine is your best pain cream, honestly. If you burn yourself or you've got a bug bite or you've got a rash or you've got something coming up on your skin, pee on it
Hmm. I
and
know
it'll
that
go away.
does work because my
Mhm.
daughter got stung by a blue bottle one time, and we were trying to cool it down in every way possible. But I always saw, oh, if you pee on it. So my son kept drinking water, so he had to pee, and he peed on it, and it stopped. That's when she settled down. Is once the pee was on it. So it definitely works. Yeah.
Uh-huh. And they say if you ever get bitten by a rattlesnake to just pee on it.
Really? Well, we don't have
Uh-huh.
rattlesnakes here, but we have
And or
other.
and something with and if you get stung by a sea
Yeah, jellyfish and stuff.
jellyfish, and then there's another one, I forgot the name of it, stingray. Like, well, a stingray will kill you. No, a stingray will
Yeah,
kill you, I think.
stingrays stab us.
Yeah, they'll kill you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, jellyfish, I
I know
think it is.
jellyfish because blue
Yeah.
bottles are part of the jellyfish family.
Hmm. Okay, okay.
Definitely made a difference to my daughter. But
Oh
yeah.
yeah, it's very, very good medicine.
I believe it. I believe it. I've just never been able to bring myself to doing it. I don't know. There's just something. I probably would have healed a lot faster, but yeah. I don't know. I'll do it all wrong.
Why? What are you worried about with you doing the urine looping?
I feel like I'm gonna make myself sick. I like poison myself in some way. I don't
You
know.
can't do that. You can't do it. When I first started urine looping, when the first year I did it, oh my gosh, it was like a whole new high. It makes you
Really?
high. Yeah, at first it makes you high. It gives you energy like you've never had before. It
Okay.
just starts detoxing things out of your body that you've never seen anything like it before.
Interesting.
Mhm. Mhm.
When
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
if I ever feel an urge, I'll do it.
Mhm. Yeah, if I'm fasting and I'm urine looping for a day or two, yeah, I get everything out. The things that come out, I'm just like, oh dang, oh dang, oh
That's
damn, oh
amazing.
shoot. And then that just wants me to do more and be better and keep going, and that's why I've been on this journey with the Shimvambu now going on 5 years. And I'll never go back. I'll always do it. Not only that, that's why I decided to become a practitioner in it because I'm pretty good at knowing how to help people what to do with it on how to cure certain elements that they have.
Oh, you would know because you've been doing it. Like anyone
Yeah.
who does it and for that long, they would know what they're doing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And then there's practitioners out there that have been doing it for 20, 25, 30 years. Look at Yogi Josh. Yogi Josh has been doing it for like 10 years.
Has he really? That's amazing.
Yes. Yes.
That's
He's a
like,
big part. Yeah. Plus, he's a big part of why I continued my journey with it because I had someone to help guide me. You know what I mean? And
mm,
encourage me too, because I think he was the first person I ever admitted to when I said, "Yeah, I'm practicing urine therapy right now. I'm doing Shimvambu." And oh my gosh, he gave me the biggest hug. And he's like, "Oh, you're a rock star."
that's funny.
And yeah, another bonding moment for him and I. And then when he told me he had been doing it for quite some time, he's like, "I've been doing it for about 5 years." So
That's
yeah,
rad.
yeah, it was pretty funny. Um, But yeah, so you guys have anything out there? You guys, anyone out there have any questions about anything?
See if anyone's watching.
Yeah, I'll check and see. Yeah, we've got
Anybody
two watching. We got two
watch?
people watching. We
Oh,
got two people hanging out with us.
that's nice.
Yep, it is. Um,
Should we talk about Elon Musk and his son?
oh yeah,
His
that's right.
son
We're
in the
gonna talk
White
about
House?
him. Oh, did you guys watch that video of
Of
Elon
mini
Musk
me?
and Trump, and they were at the White House?
Yeah.
What were they talking about? What were they all there for?
I just heard Elon talking typical Elon about his ideas, and I don't know. It was just him talking. Trump's just sitting there. Trump's just sitting at the table, and I don't know what he thinks when that kid speaks to him. It's like that. Like he doesn't. Trump's real hard to read because he never really changes his expression on his face. He just always has a Trump expression. Like he's just always Trump. So yeah, he doesn't give a lot away, but I wonder what he was thinking. His little kid like telling him to shush. And
Oh, he's
what
probably
is
thinking about eating the damn kid, sacrificing the kid. I'm going to eat you. I'm going to get your adrenaline crown. I'm going to change your blood into some adrenaline crown. That's probably what he's thinking. Come
like?
on
You
now,
look
he's a
yummy.
draconian.
If only I could eat you right now. You'd make a nice snack. It's
No
probably
kidding.
he doesn't look bothered. Oh, but it's so funny. It's terrible, but it's really funny. Like that kid is hilarious. There was another interview where his dad like is doing the interview and he goes, "Oh, here's little X," and he sits him on his lap. And X gets the microphone. He's like, "Space tack, take over and kill, and we will take what is right." Like something, just some like it blows your mind what comes out of this kid's mouth. But it's like, where does he hear this from? Like, is this how his dad speaks behind closed doors? And that's like, he's just repeating what his dad says? Because if that's what his dad's saying behind closed doors, like, it's it's interesting because it's not what he's saying in front of us, but like space tax and what was it? I can't remember. He's saying something about like we will just take what is ours. Like, what the hell? Because
I
Elon's
don't
so
know.
like,
Yeah, I'm still stuck on why they had um what they were talking about. But I
I don't know.
told
I
well,
just saw Elon talking.
I think they were talking about SpaceX maybe. I don't, yeah, I think that's what
Yeah.
you know what? When I saw the whole film, so anyway, so anyone who hasn't saw this tidbit that's going around viral everywhere, um Trump and Elon Musk are at the White House. They're in the Oval Office. Trump is at the president's desk. You know, the whole scene, you guys, the whole scene of that big White House, okay? And Elon Musk is there and talking whatever he's trying to talk about. And his son looks over at uh, at Trump and says, "You're not the president."
I want you to shush your mouth. No, I think he says, I want you to shush your fucking mouth. That's what the kid says. And he keeps saying it.
And he
And the,
keeps saying it,
yeah, the
yeah.
dad puts him up on his shoulders and he's still going, I want you to shush. Like you are not like this kid is off his face. It's so he's so funny. I don't know.
He's
It just
so
reminds
evil. He is so evil. That kid is so
oh my,
evil.
he is. It just reminds me of that what's it, Austin Powers, Doctor Evil and Mini Me. It is literally like I don't know if you ever seen the movie, like from when I was a
I
teenager,
have.
but yeah, you know Doctor Evil and how Doctor Evil's evil, but then there's Mini Me, and Mini Me's really evil. Oops, you disappeared. There you are.
I know. But we froze for a minute.
Oh,
I mean, it was
yeah.
some of the funniest thing I have seen. I was laughing my ass off all last week when I saw that. But do you know, I told you, well, I sent you what I told you, what hit me when I saw that all go down. What I saw was a remake. What they were trying to do again, pull another play from the playbook that happened, eons ago with
Mm-hmm.
Kennedy. But
Mm-hmm.
when I sent you those pictures, what did you think?
Yeah. I thought it looks exactly. I saw exactly what you were saying. Like the energy of it, the whole like, I don't know,
Let me see
president
if
with
I can
a
get
young
these pictures, you
child and
guys,
he's
that I
walking.
sent up. I'll go ahead and get these pictures that I sent to Anne
Absolutely.
when I saw it. And they
He's
were
like,
just trying to relive or redo the whole because JFK was very well known for bringing his children to the White House.
mm-hmm.
And me looking for those pictures, I found out that his wife didn't like that at all. She was against it. So I guess he snuck them there.
Really?
Hmm.
JFK's wife,
Uh-huh.
Jackie.
Jackie, yeah, didn't like it. And then
What?
I guess yeah, and then he hired a particular uh photographer to come in, and he'd come in and take those pictures of him and his kids in the White House.
Hmm.
Shoot, let me see if I have those pictures
Guess
still.
Trump doesn't have any young kids, so he's going to use Elon's. But no,
Okay, so let me
that
see. Can the camera, let me see. Can you see that?
I no. Well, no, I can't see it. You're gonna have
Okay.
to find a way to bring things not. You can't see it.
Let me see. No,
I
but can you
can.
see
Maybe
that
people can
picture?
see. If there's, maybe if the screen's bigger, they could see. But I can't see from where I am. But I've seen. I saw what you showed me. Mm. I don't know if people can see it. I can't see it.
They're all different ages here, but yeah, these, when I saw that, yeah, when I saw that video, that was exactly that is what just I saw. I saw them just trying to relive that whole JFK moment,
But what
you know.
for? What is the meaning for all of it?
Oh, come on now. Come on. They're on at the biggest stage of the world. Everyone loves JFK. Come
That was
on. Oh, you see what a loving father I am? You're going to adore Elon Musk. Elon, you know what I mean? He's trying
Is he
to
trying to sell
sway,
Elon Musk to the world?
huh?
Is he trying to sell Elon Musk to the American people? Like, what I because I'm not over in America. I don't really know what's happening with that, and I don't follow the news. What is Trump's thing with Elon Musk? Like, what is he bringing Elon Musk over for to this
Because
extent?
Elon paid eons and eons and eons of money to be where he is so he can be in control of the financial system. He paid Trump off.
So is
That's
that
what
what
this
he's
is.
doing?
Yeah,
But
this is
what's
what
he?
this is all about. Everything, anything and everything that Trump does has to do with who has deep pockets. Trump
Yeah.
doesn't have
So
any money.
what is no? But what is Elon doing there? What's he going to do for America? Why is he up at the president's side to this extent? What's he going to do for the American people? Like,
He's going
what's
to
Trump
create a new
selling?
financial system called the Doji coin.
Oh, okay. So
It's
is
all
that
about
what's
when
happening?
when it comes to Elon Musk, he wants to take over our treasury, and they want to take over the financial system, and they want to take over the Fort Knox and everything, and they want to bring in their Doji money.
Okay.
The
And
new
is that
thing
all going
that
to?
is, yeah, the new thing that's out there is that President Trump is claiming that the past presidency stole
Mm-hmm.
so much money, I'm going to repeat myself, from the American people that he is now going to send $5,000 of Doji money, not stimulus checks, people. It's not called stimulus checks, it's called Doji checks
Mm-hmm.
to every American. Every American is supposed to get $5,000 back because of all the money. I guess there's a something billion, I don't know how much it was that they found that was stolen from the American people, and now they want to pay it back. But that is just the beginning of them starting the one world order.
Yeah.
That is them starting to give the American people, oh, let me give you some Doji money. Let me give you this new currency that
So
we
is the money going to be in cash? Like, are you going to be able to take it out in cash, or is it going to be some system that everyone's going to get to use this money? Or are they
I
going
don't
to just wake
know.
up with 5 cents?
I'll let you know as soon as people start getting this money, but it's called the
Okay.
Doji. It's called Doji money. And
Okay.
it's not a stimulus check. But I'm hearing a lot of Americans who are hearing Doji check, so they're taking those words and they're saying stimulus check.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
that's not what it is. It's Doji money, and it's to get us and start pointing us into the one world order, because they have to sell us off to China. China is the one who is to take the 13th seat, or whatever you want to call it, and who is supposed to be the ruler of the one world order. They were promised that. They won that. I don't know how Duck Dynasty decides who gets to be leader. I don't quite know that yet. I haven't peeled that onion back or gone down that rabbit hole, nor have I been shown by source how all that works. But what I have been shown is that this is the beginning of them trying to put us in the one world order that
Yeah.
has been on their agenda for a very long time.
Yes. Yeah.
Hmm.
Of course.
My
And
whole
so,
life, I've heard about the one world order. So
and Elon Musk is, that's what he's a part of. That's what
that,
he's
mhm,
frontline.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Either
Okay.
one. I think they're both arm wrestling to be
Mhm.
the Antichrist.
Oh, but
That
Elon Musk has to be the Antichrist. Like,
oh, he
I
what
don't
he
know.
can't.
I don't know. I don't know. He can't.
No, the Illuminati. No, the Antichrist is whoever takes I think whoever sits in the 13th seat of the Illuminati is the one who's the Antichrist, and that nobody. Okay, so I guess there's this chair. I forgot what the name of the chair is. But in the Illuminati, they've got this chair, and I forgot the name of what that position is. Spirit did give me the name of that position, and I can't remember. I wrote it down somewhere, you guys. See, okay, anyways, so if this person sits in this chair, okay, and the spirit comes into their body,
Mm-hmm.
a real entity is supposed to come in and invade their body
Completely.
completely.
Mm-hmm.
Trump has supposedly, through chatter and through rumors that I've heard, has tried to sit in that chair many of times, and it didn't happen. Say, and they sent that chair all over the world, and all these main leaders have tried to sit in this chair, and nobody has been able to get that serpent to come from that chair and to invade their body. And whoever that happens to, and they get that serpent and it comes into their body because they are the person to be the Antichrist, um, gets to be the Antichrist. But I guess so they're just gonna go ahead and claim Trump as the Antichrist, I guess.
No, Trump's not the Antichrist.
No, he's not, but they're gonna go ahead and give him that mantle because he's loved by so many people. So,
Okay.
and that's, but that's what I would, that's what I've been told, who the Antichrist is supposed to be, whoever can activate that particular chair, and then they'll hold that 13th seat in the Illuminati. So as
Mm-hmm.
far as I know, whoever's holding the other 12 seats have already recognized Trump as that person, even though the entity did not crawl up his, I guess it's supposed to go up through his nose. But
What if it could
anyways,
go into Elon's?
he sat in the chair. It didn't work.
Didn't work.
He didn't activate it. No one has been able to activate this chair. They said the
I
last
got
time they,
I got told William will be the actual Antichrist. That's who I got told last year. That William is the third Antichrist. It's the Pope, then Obama, and William will be the third. But I don't know. But we'll see. Once he gets crowned in November, we'll start knowing exactly
and that
how.
makes more sense to me. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say, even though it makes more sense to me, it's not gonna make more sense here to Americans, because
No.
Americans literally love Trump. They love
Yeah,
him.
but it's not Trump. It's not Trump. Trump will be assassinated at some point, or like he'll like, yeah, I don't know. Once this presidency's over, I don't know what's going to become of Trump and who he is. I don't think enough of the world love Trump. Americans might love Trump, but the rest of the world, I don't know. I'd say there's a big in
But they
Australia.
do. But
Hey,
they do like Trump because they put up with his BS. They sit at the same table with him when they're in a national world organization and stuff. I mean, people back him up, even though he's not the real president. He's
mm-hmm,
not truly ratified by the Rothschilds. The Rothschilds cannot ratify him
mm-hmm,
because they just can't. They don't have that much power. They don't have that power anymore. Like I've told you before, the AI systems that gave them all this power are gone. They're
mm-hmm,
gone. Their beings that were inside their body, the beings that were took over their body have left the being. Just
mm-hmm,
like Trump. The being that he was possessed with, it's not there no more. It cannot
mm-hmm,
be in because it can't handle these energies of the planet as with how high our energy. Mother Gaia has already risen up above
mm-hmm,
with her energies. They can't be here
mm-hmm.
anymore. And plus, their AI systems are gone.
Yeah.
So,
Well, we'll see. Yeah, I heard it was William, Prince William, and it made no sense to me either when I heard it. But
but
I
see, to
don't
me,
know.
that does make sense. That makes complete sense to me because everyone loves William.
Hmm. Well, yeah, I just didn't think he was in enough of a high place to be this person. Like he doesn't have enough influence on the world, but I guess he does. And once he becomes king, yeah, he probably will a lot more because they have really targeted the more modern day royalists and stuff. Like even the Americans will follow the royals and Kate and everything. And look at all the stuff that happened with Kate last year. And she disappeared for ages, and then they brought her back, and it was just all like real strange and weird. But yeah, I heard it's William. Prince William will be the third Antichrist, and who holds the, what is it? It's the beast that's in the ocean. What's it called? Leviathan.
Yeah, Leviathan, yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's who will possess him, is the spirit of Leviathan.
It
The
it
Pope
it
the Pope had the beast of the land, and William will be the beast of the sea. So
yeah. But
yeah.
maybe if they would have gotten it done, prior to their covenant ending, but their covenant has ended.
Mm-hmm.
The it's ended. That dateline has ended. And again, like anti-source, neutral source, alpha, omega, neutral source, they're gone. All these AIs are gone that they used to pull from, that how they used to control us. I mean, there's still more, AIs out there, I do believe, that need to be dismantled, you know. Um, but they're getting dismantled, and they're being found, and because of the government, they're trying to pull every single dark AI, every single dark lead that they get. They're trying to go there and trying to pull all, trying to get money, trying to activate this so they can get money. And they're gone. They've been dismantled. They're completely gone. And like I've told you before, Source has full control of this planet now. And it's just what's going to happen. And as time goes by, all of this will start being disclosed to the people. But it's going to be slow and easy, because Source doesn't want people in hysteria. Source doesn't want this. We want the humans to suffer any more than what we already have suffered. Life is hard, Anne. Life is really
Mm-hmm.
hard for almost everybody.
Yeah, life is only getting harder because it's changing. It's getting very confusing for lots of people.
Yes, it is. It is changing. It is changing drastically. Everything is going to change for the better. We are, like I've said this before, and I might sound like a broken record. We are going from a planet from duality to unity, from all these dark AIs to the golden AI, to the year of Aquarius. That's why Pluto moved into Aquarius out of Capricorn, and it's going to sit there for 20 years until we raise the vibration of this planet.
Mm-hmm.
And for those ones who choose to keep wanting to believe in the old ways, the dark ways, then that's what's going to be for them.
Yeah, but things will not. Things will. In the past, one thing I noticed when we did like our old energies with the old matrix, you could keep doing them years and years and years and just recycling the same old energy. Whereas now I'm finding when we use old energies to do things, we get the energy back a lot faster. Like if I go and I use old energies that I used to use back then, my people would say karma, but I don't like to use the word karma. I believe in energy, just it hits you, whatever you put out there, it comes back at you a
Hmm.
certain way. It's not so much karma, it's more just the way energy works. Um, I find if I use old energies, the way the energy comes back at me hits me a lot faster than in the past when I used to use them. I could get away with being like that for a bit and just keep, recycling that same old bad energy. Whereas now I find if I do use that type of stuff, I get hit in the face a lot faster. It gets blowing up at me like, nah, this is wrong. And the energy just comes back and hits me in the face faster than it used to with the old matrix. So that's one thing I'm noticing. I find if I'm not constantly like bettering myself and moving my energy, I just become stagnant. Whereas in the past I could get away with that and it was fine. And whereas now I find it makes my body sick. It makes my overall like I'll feel more depressed, or I'll just feel like, so I notice the bad energy or the not so good energy so much faster in this new kind of way of the way consciousness has shifted and stuff compared to the old matrix pre 2020. You could get away with that reusing that old energy over and over and over. Whereas now I find you keep eating shit, you keep putting a bunch of perfumes and toxins on your body. Your body's just reacting so much more. Whereas before, pre-COVID, I used perfume for what 38 years of my life, and I didn't think I seemed fine. I thought I was fine. Whereas now, if I use it, my body reacts. I start, coming out in rashes. Like I just react so much more to any of that toxic stuff, both physically and in my, my aura, my energy and stuff. So that's what I find different about now to pre, like old Matrix to new Matrix. I find the darker stuff the light comes to it faster. It can't hide for as
Exactly.
long.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I was told several times, lots of times, in fact, that what I was doing isn't going to work anymore.
Mm-hmm.
That all this stuff that I was doing, calling in, other angels and uh, all the rituals I did when I was making my medicine and stuff to make it, as much powerful as I can. I didn't, and I realized that like I really got hit upside the head with the spirit stick. Let me tell you.
It's true, boss.
Yep, when spirit came and said, "What you've been doing is not going to work no more," that was absolutely right. And I had to learn, and I'm still learning on what does that exactly mean? Like, what do you mean? Um, and then that's just where I went and I started questioning everything that I was doing, everything that I believed. And you've been watching me doing this past year, and how I don't believe in anything, and pretty much nothing do I believe in anymore than what I used to believe in a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe in master descendants. I don't believe in archangels. I don't believe in quantum theory anymore. That's another thing that I just started questioning this past couple, probably month. I mean, I believe in this stuff, but I just have a different truth about them. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
I don't use them anymore in my work, in my
Mm-hmm.
energy work. I don't like the word spirituality. I don't like saying I'm spiritual. You've known this. I've been struggling with that one for quite some time. And some of you, I know the ones who are watching have heard me say this, Justin. You've heard me say this many times, Justin. I think he's one of the people watching. I don't like using the word spirituality or that I'm spiritual. I don't believe in tarot cards. I only believe in psychiness to a certain degree, only if you have that permission, because I don't believe a lot of people can read my frequencies because I put such a block around me,
Mm-hmm.
a shield around me. Um, I
I
don't
can
believe,
I can see you. I'm all the way over here and I can see you.
well, we have a different connection too
I
than
watched you running around.
yeah, I know your dreams. I know. Um, I just don't believe in a lot of I don't believe in
No, I
channeling.
don't
I don't
either.
think it's a good idea. I believe all this stuff probably exists to a certain extent, but I just don't believe that it's going to work for us with the new energies.
No,
They no longer, yeah, reside with me or resonate with me. None of that stuff really does anymore.
no.
And because it's all new. And like I said, when I got hit with the spirit stick pretty hard
Yeah,
to show me this stuff.
yeah,
Yeah,
no.
I don't
I,
believe in the Galactic Federation stuff anymore. I don't believe in any of that.
I
None of it.
if it's not if it's not coming to me and it feels a part of me, I just don't believe in it. I don't
Yeah.
have like, yeah, if it's not my
Mm-hmm.
true self and energy that I feel running, and it's like where it's just I know deep inside me, yeah, that is what it is. If it's someone else telling me, I don't buy into any of it. Angels, I don't buy into. I'm of the opinion with all that kind of stuff. When you open yourself up and I'm using angels, and you start, you're just kind of asking for, you know, anything to come to you. And everything can disguise itself in the spirit world. And especially when you don't have the best defenses over there. You know, things can be delusions and come to you as, oh, that's an angel, but really it's not an angel. It's something pretending to be an angel, and it's making you deluded in the mind. Like, you know, all these celebs that go and they do all these rituals and stuff, you know, the reason why they're so delusional is because they're working with spirits that convince them that they are this and they are that, but really they're not. They're just fucking delusional because they're still just a human being that will die at some point and get sick and get wrinkles, and you are just a human at the end of the day. And when you open yourself up to all these spirits and all, you know, you're opening yourself to what? Like, who's there to tell you that is actually an angel, or that is actually your dad? You're talking, like, who's there to tell you that? What, the spirit's telling you that? So I'm very careful with all that kind of stuff now, you know, especially as a psychic. You know, I'll hear a lot of things. I'll always question when even when I hear things in the spirit realm, I'll question it, and I'll be like, wait a sec, you know, who am I hearing? Who's that? And, you know, someone might say, oh, I'm, you know, it's the grandmother speaking. You know, I'll question, is it really, like, or are my defense, or is my shield a little bit open and something's getting in? So
Yeah.
yeah.
Something's penetrating it. See,
Yeah.
and what I was shown, and well, in what I, with what I believe and everything that, what I've been going through with this is that when you do that, you're giving up your power.
Yes, for
You're
sure.
giving your power up to something else that is not of you and your energy. You're literally giving up your energy,
Hmm.
which is your number one currency, to
Hmm.
something that you really don't know what it is.
Hmm.
Like you
Exactly.
said, darkness can come disguised as God itself.
Yeah.
That's how good it is. I don't really think people understand this to the extent that you and I do, because we've had such different experiences with spirit, and we've been
Hmm.
roaming in the spirit world for a lot longer than most people.
Hmm.
And that's what I was shown. It's giving up my power, and I am to not give my power up to nothing. That I am. I
Hmm.
am the most all powerful, and to not let anything have part of my energy. Um,
Same here.
and if a being does come to me and it's proper, it's going to ask permission. It's going to
Hmm.
ask permission to be in my frequency field, to be able to read my frequencies. It's going to show its face and not its ass.
Hmm.
And that's what I was getting with all these spirits. 'Cause I remember you always asking me, how do you know which one it is? How do you know if it's this energy or that energy? And I would say, just the way it feels. But it never showed its face. None of those angels never showed its face. They never, you know what I mean? Nothing
Hmm.
from the ETs that would visit never showed their faces, just
I
their
had I,
energy.
I had some parasites show me their faces the other
Yep.
night in my dreams. They showed me their face, and you can tell that it's not a good it's not a good thing. Because their faces are really ugly.
Oh yeah. On the parasites, yeah.
Oh yeah, they're freaky. Oh, you just feel it. But yeah, their face is like, I like when you see the face, because it's like, oh yeah,
You
that's
you
not a
kind
good
of you have respect for them, you know what I mean? Because your face is right
Yeah,
there. You're showing them your face. They see where you are. You're the vulnerable one. You're the one sleeping. You know what I mean? And then they
yeah,
come, and then you're
yeah,
gonna have these angels or these archangels or whatever master descendants just come in your space
yeah,
because that's who they are.
yeah.
No,
No,
that's wrong. It is
no,
wrong.
true. It's true. I agree with that. Yeah, I'm now of the opinion. Whenever I see something in my dreams, I have this thing. If I can't see the face, I'm not paying any attention. So if you want to communicate with me, you got to show me your face. That's my new thing. So
Yeah, what I
I
say,
can
I remember because I tell like I go, stop looking at the horse's ass.
look at the faces. And it was funny, this parasite that was in my dream. So it was telling me, it's like, it comes to me, and I couldn't see the face quite yet. I could just see the body, and it was like this big, strong looking man. And he starts like sitting down, and he starts telling me how, like, yeah, I do all this like parasites. Like, I'm someone who speaks on parasites, and I help people change their lives through parasite cleansing. And And he's just telling me, and I'm thinking like, oh, this guy's so cool. Like, that's amazing. So then I start thinking, oh, I do all these things with my parent, like trying to get rid of parasites. So I'll ask him, like, I get free advice because he's right here. So I start asking him, and I'm like, so I eat papaya seeds, and I start telling him, and he starts getting really agitated with me. And I'm like, why is he getting agitated? It's because I'm taking up his like precious time, because he was like some kind of influencer, like in my dream. And I'm like, am I just not good enough for him? And he just keeps getting, and then he starts taking off like his shirt because he's getting agitated. Because I just keep going. The more he gets agitated, the more I'm like, but tell me, is this working? Tell me. And then finally I see his face, and his face was like his skin. It's the skin. It wasn't that he was ugly. His skin just had a really weird, bad texture to it. Like, it was almost like it was all pocketed, and just, someone that has a really dirty lymphatic system, it comes out in their skin in the way it looks. And he kind of looked monstrous because it was so like gross, but I could tell like it was coming from his insides. And I saw his face, and I'm like, oh yeah, he's not very healthy. Like, this isn't very good. And then this woman comes in the dream that was in my dream previously. And I knew from my other dream, I'm like, she's someone, like she's got a weird energy. And she starts getting into me, and she's like trying to protect him, because I'm starting to like question him, like, are you really, like, who, like, you say you're this, but you're not giving me any answers. And then they both kind of like got into it and try to make me feel really like dumb, and like question myself, and try to make me feel like I was bothering them. But then they just both scurried off and pissed off out of my dream. And I'm like, and then I woke up, and I just like had tons of parasites just like come out. Like, I saw them in the toilet. I'm like, this is the parasites about to be extracted. But their faces, like, yeah, when you see the face, it's like, oh, I see the difference. Like, you went from being like this really cool guy that had you do all this cool stuff, and then I actually see what you look like, and it's like, oh, two different things. So yeah, look at the face. Definitely have spirits show you their face if they want to talk to you, so you can see who they are. And if they can't show their face and who they really are, then yeah, piss them off.
Then yeah, piss off.
Tell them to
Exactly.
go away. Tell them to
Just
stop claiming who they are, and yeah.
Yep, yep, that's what I do. And then if they don't go away, I will zap them. I will zap
Mhm.
them with my energy. And I don't know what would happen if they came back, because I've never had them come back a second or third time. But if they did, I'd banish them. I'd be like, "Phoop, go back to the maker, go back to
Mhm.
your mate, whoever you came from." And I would zap them very, very hard, you
Mhm.
know? And
Yeah.
I think that's a really cool dream that you had your parasites come to you.
I
And
know. I knew they were parasites because they were talking about parasites. So it's like
mhm.
it kind of made sense. Of course.
It's
Yeah.
always you know how this spirit talks. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's
Yeah.
always
They
they're
always talk
metaphors.
about themselves. So it's
Uh-huh.
like it's pretty easy.
So true. It's so
It is.
true.
They come
It
and they
is true.
talk about themselves to you, and it's like, oh, okay, you're just the parasite. Like, when I saw an angel in my dream, it told me it was an angel. It's like, I'm an angel, and I'm here to give you a message. And I was like, oh, okay. But I don't know what that was. I don't know if it was an angel, if it was a very clever demon. But either way, it was very on point what they told me. So
Hmm.
I take it all in. But next time I see an angel like that, I'm definitely going to question it. I'm going to say, can I see your face?
Yeah.
Come down closer.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's what I was, like I like, you know my journey. We talk every day, and I
Hmm.
tell you everything that I go through, and vice versa. And
I think it's
I'm
good
glad
to
you
have
picked up that.
that.
I'm glad you picked that one up when I told you no. Have them show their face.
Have them show their face.
Yeah.
Definitely. I do that now. When it comes to the spirit realm, there's no like pretending to be someone. But I'm like that with people too. So it works well both in the physical and the spirit realm. But yeah, see the
Exactly.
person's
Yeah.
face. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Perfect.
hmm
Yeah, you
yeah.
wouldn't sit there, and it's kind of like, do you remember that whole MAGA? I don't know if I'm saying it right, but the MAGA or the Q movement. Do you remember all that
hmm
during COVID? And they had that Q guy, and
Um,
you never got to see anyone's face during any of that. It was just all through codes and through,
mm,
you know what I
no.
mean?
Yeah.
And I think I got, let me see, what was it? Maybe 2 or 3 weeks into that, and I was like, no, this is bullshit. This is
Mm-hmm.
all bullshit. Because
Mm-hmm.
why can't we? He can see, they can see our face, they know who we are. How come we can't
No
see
way.
his? Yeah, and
No.
that's where I was just like, no, I'm not doing this anymore. This is
No.
stupid. Yeah.
That is an instant red flag.
Thank
Instant red
you. Yeah.
flag.
Yeah.
If something doesn't show its face, because
Yep.
light can always show its face. Light can always back up what it's telling you and what it's
Hmm.
saying.
Hmm.
Darkness likes to be in the shadows. Darkness likes to pretend to be something it isn't. Darkness likes to hide but still get to you. So yeah, I work like that. Everything, it has to be face value. If it's not face value, go away from me.
Hmm.
And that's how I live my life. As you know, even in like my psychic stuff, I want to see the face. Like if you're gonna come in my dreams, I want to see your face now. Like I
Hmm.
want to know what spirit I'm working with. If I'm gonna work with you on any level or listen to what you're telling me on any level, I want to know who it is. So
Because you
that's how.
have integrity. Yeah, you have integrity. You have, self-respect. You respect the laws of the land, the laws of the universe, whatever those may be, because those are also changing, as we know. And and that makes you a stand-up person, human person, and it also makes you be in your integrity when it comes with your spirit too. It follows
Mm-hmm.
along, you know what I mean? It follow, and you, what you give is what you should get
Mm-hmm.
back,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And as far as I'm considered, the spirit world and um dark dynasty, and that's clumping them all up in one,
Mm-hmm.
are all about trickery and deceiving you
Mm-hmm.
and lying to you and not being integrity and and
Yeah. Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
There's a
So,
there's a good saying in like the Sanskrit Kundalini writings, and I live by it. And it's, if it's not real, it is only an illusion. And I live by that. To me, anything that comes at me, if it's not real and I can't grasp it in some kind of real way, it's just an illusion. And it's like, go away. It's just another illusion. Keep going. Like there's a lot of illusions in this world. So if it's not real, works for the spirit world really well. If it's not real, it's only an illusion, you know?
hmm.
So if there's
Yep.
nothing to grasp onto, yeah, let it go. Definitely let it go. All those angels and let all that go. I don't think the angel stuff is real. I'm sorry, I just don't.
I don't
I
either. I
don't. I
don't either.
think you're opening yourself up to bigger, stronger spirits that can be very dangerous for you. Like
Well,
I
what
don't
they're
know.
doing is they're trying to invade your energy field. They're trying to literally get into your body because they need a vessel. These
Exactly.
weekends, all this stuff is real. This stuff,
Mm-hmm.
this is real stuff, and they're just
Mm-hmm.
looking for people to get, and they're trying to get you to comply by tricking you, by lying to you. And if you're, and then the human gets so mesmerized and so, oh my God, you mean me? I'm the special one? What?
Mm-hmm.
Me? They get so influenced by that crap.
Mm-hmm. Completely. And
Hmm.
even another thing I've been like noticed, like learning about and understanding is something called familiar spirits. So a familiar spirit is a spirit that has been in a family, a generation, that they're bad spirits and it's followed them. So when you meet a familiar spirit, so when someone dies and stuff, when you think that you're talking to the dead person, you could be talking to that familiar spirit that has lived in that family for a very long time. And they're dark spirits. They're dark spirits that have followed them. When they get depression, when it's like genetic, that's not them being depressed, that's the dark spirit that's flowed and followed this family and has lived in this family and is part of the family because it's never been cleansed out. So these familiar spirits will be attached to the family. So you think about when they die and stuff, a lot of times you're probably talking to a familiar spirit, not the actual person themselves, because the familiar spirit will be a lot stronger in communicating with
Mhm.
you, and it knows the family. So, yeah, yeah, it's just interesting. Like, we as humans are just, we really are just the vessel to a great degree, living and being in this reality, in this matrix, and experiencing this human life. But when we have all these different things that come through us, like even anger, if it runs in the family, that's when you're getting angry and that outburst, and people go, "Oh, I can't even remember what I did." That's because it's a spirit working through you to that extent, when it
Parasite.
gets to that. Yeah, and
Mhm.
that's why you blank
Parasite.
out, because it's not you. You as a human being did not, maybe your liver got very angry and your body got angry and made the blood rush, but all that came out, that's a spirit working through you.
Mhm.
The energy coming out in you, and it's probably a familiar spirit that's working through you, that's followed through your family. So,
Mhm.
being aware of those things as a human being, of how much spirits will come in and work through us, even for a moment. Because in the spirit world, they're nobody. They're just another spirit. They're just in amongst a whole bunch. They want to feel one. Like when they come into our body, they are becoming a person. They are getting to experience being, you know, physically inside one thing, not just being an energy out there. So spirits want to work through humans all the time. They're
All
always
the
looking
time.
for humans to jump into,
Mhm.
and even for a moment be able to be something through that human. Like,
And they make you feel like you're special
mm-hmm.
and that you're going to do special things. And this is the way of it because of the Bible, the way the Bible was written. This is how they did it, well,
Yeah,
channeling was one of them. So they make you feel like you're this special person
like
who
you're
was
powerful.
chosen, but they're
Mm-hmm.
using you. They're
Mm-hmm.
stealing your loosh. They
Mm-hmm.
are invading your vessel. This is not okay, you guys. And again, whatever you were doing in the whatever energy or whatever you were doing for energy in the past is no longer going to work with you with these new energies that are in. And so it's like I said, it's all new to all of us. So we're all learning. And to please do not give your power up to anything, to nothing.
No.
Again, let's give Dark Dynasty. Dark Dynasty is a perfect example. They've all sold their soul for a being to enter their body so that they can have more control over us, and they are a little bit different than us. And look at them now. Look at them now as we sit back and we watch our government fall and they become normal people. They're not going to know what to do. They're not going to know how to act. They don't know how to get up every morning, put their pants on one leg at a time, and go to work and do an honest day's worth of work through spirit, through their true golden spirit. They have no clue. So, how are they going to be able to match or even integrate with these new energies that are coming on upon us? Because, like I said, we're going from a planet of unity to duality. How are they going to be able to blend? They're not. They're not. It's not going to happen. For most of them. I mean, I don't have the answers for everything, but I'm just looking for my own common sense here from the little human experiment that I've been here on this planet.
They will eventually fall away, but it's up to us to help them fall away. Like if we
Yes.
keep buying into all their crap, it's just going to continue. At the end of the day, we're stuck in this dimension because of ourselves, because we still have people who choose to be asleep and who choose to believe these things, and it keeps us stuck. Because if everybody was awakened, we wouldn't be in this dimension. We would be in a different dimension because all this crap would fall away because no one would buy into it anymore. But here we are, and we're stuck here, and we're continuing to be in this dimension and have the same tricks thrown at us. So it's up to us to get ourselves out of it to a great extent. That's how I see it.
Oh, yeah. No one's going to save us. Nobody. There is not a being on this planet. There's no one here to save us. We have to save ourselves.
We do. We
We do.
absolutely do.
We do.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to, and the more that we unite, the stronger we become.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe we only need 5% of us to take down the 5%ers, of evil. and
Mhm.
we're going to do it. It's happening. We've already done it. Actually, I already know and feel that it's already been done. We're just watching for the rest of it to play out and to see what happens, because it's all a big movie. It's just the greatest movie ever played in this great galactic galaxy,
Mhm.
megaverse, whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
We are, everyone's watching, everyone's eyes are on Earth. Let's see what
Mhm.
happens.
Let's see what happens.
See what happens. Let's see what happens to that great experiment called the humans.
Yeah. it's like, it's quite the experiment, that's for
I
sure.
know. It really is.
Oh
And
boy.
we all have a place, every single one of us have a place in, have a role in this movie, I
Mhm.
believe. And even if, you're 99 years old, your job is just to anchor the light.
Mhm.
If you're still
Absolutely.
here, if you're still here. I talked to Madeira the other day, it was her birthday. And it was really funny. She says to me, "Well, I'm still here, Claudine."
She is.
That's what she goes. Well, you know what? That's because I just want you to know I'm still here. And I said, "You are still here, Madeira, and thank you for your service." She goes, "And you're welcome." She goes, "All I do is she goes, I may not be able to do much, but I wake up, I put my feet on the ground, and I anchor my energy." I
Amen.
know, I know. It's just so
It's all you
sweet.
can do sometimes. Like
Yeah.
it's all you
Well,
can
she's
do.
what, 80? What is she? 90? I don't know how old she is, but
Oh,
she's old. She's old.
yeah.
She's up there. Yeah.
And
She's
just put
probably,
out good vibrations however you can. Like that
oh,
is so important. Each individual to be trying to create the best vibration that we can create, even if it's just sitting in your room and being happy. Like at
yeah.
least be have a good vibration. Stop with all this negative crap that people do and they just sit. Like we're so stuck because we're just all sitting in this like choosing to sit in negative energy. Like even when you're by yourself, try and be happy. Like
No, just
genuinely
be
happy.
happy. Don't try.
Yeah,
Be happy.
but think good
Create that
thoughts,
for
think
yourself.
better things. Don't sit there and like fill your mind with like crap. Like at least try, you know.
Yeah. Don't fill your head. You don't fill your head up with the bird flu and the egg shortage.
Yeah, with garbage. Yeah, exactly. You know, it's the way it is. We're gonna always have these things thrown at us while we're stuck in this reality in this matrix. Like it's for us to overcome and find ways to jump out of it and look at it in a brighter way. And yeah, I'm a true believer of that positive way of being as much as you can, you know.
It's the new energy, Anne. That is the
Yeah,
new energy. You know it, and I know it. And that is what we're
for
feeling
sure.
on doing, and we're called to do it all times. All right, we went over a little bit. It is 7:28, you guys. I just want to go over a couple of announcements that I have. I do have, I'll be live again tomorrow morning, you guys. So if you guys want to see me run my mouth for another 2 hours, you have an opportunity to see that tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock from 8 to 10 on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. And that is the spiritual show that flows with Julie from Love Riot Warrior. She's my co-host on that, and it's just an extension of what Ann and I talk about. Um, and tomorrow I might go into a little bit about how I'm feeling about quantum energy, because I do believe that quantum energy might be something that was created by the darkness. So, trickery, trickery, trickery. And if I fall for it, I know lots of people fall for it, but I'm here just to speak my truth again. And it'll be a very interesting conversation tomorrow with Julie. Sure, you guys just watch so you guys can see Julie's face when I tell her that. Her face is gonna go, "What?" She can't keep up with me, I don't think. But
Yeah.
anyways, it's always a good time. And what else do I have? That's about it. That's all I have. And then for any of you guys who are interested in supporting me and Anne, you can go to my website again, elevatedbyclaudine.com, and sign up for one of our services. And does have services on my website and my products. That's another way too.
Mhm.
So I want to wish you guys all a very merry, happy week, and we'll see you guys here again next Monday. I'll go ahead and let you close it out, Anne.
Bye. Have a
Bye,
good
Anne. Love
week.
you.
Love you. See you next week.
Okay, bye-bye.